said, Mom, where do you want your ashes? Oh, just put them wherever. But
Well,
she did ask to be cremated. That was the
okay.
one specification. But other than that, she didn't have any plans for
Yeah, can you-
after. She didn't care.
got a close up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tell me about this little container that you use. What is that? What's
This?
it called? Yeah.
This is a homemade scattering tube.
Did you make that?
I did. It's based on a toilet paper roll.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You made it out of a toilet paper roll, and then what did you do?
And
Wrap it with some kind
I put
wrapping
tape on the
paper?
bottom
Uh-huh.
to make I folded it over so it's not going to stick to the ashes, and then double taped it, and then
Hi,
wrapped
Boo.
the.
Did you want to be part of this as
Are
well?
you videoing
Yeah.
this?
Well, just don't jump on anybody. Yeah, I know.
And then let's twist this.
So what's it called?
This is a scattering, cremation scattering urn.
And how long have these been around? Is it a relatively new thing? I've never heard of it until today.
Oh, well, you know, Passages International, one of my sponsors, actually creates a whole line of very nice professional scattering tubes.
Uh-huh.
But this is a homemade scattering tube, and I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So when we get
it looks like a little gift. In fact,
Yeah.
it looks like a Christmas gift.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
it's that time of
So
year.
about how many ashes? Does that contain?
There's about 3/4 of a cup, maybe a cup in
Three-quarters of
here.
a cup, and yet there's
Yeah.
still quite a bit
Quite a
in that
bit in
bag
here.
there.
That we will put to rest in Sunset Memorial Park
Right.
as in their ossuary.
So is this
Yeah.
something that people are doing more and more now instead of traditional funerals? I mean,
Absolutely.
Why is
Well,
that?
the national cremation rate has exceeded 50%
Mm-hmm.
back in 2016. So more people are being cremated than choosing burial at this point. So what we need to do with our ashes is figure out memorialization, or it's estimated about 30 to 40% of people are scattering them in places that are meaningful, or just places that people just figure I'll just scatter them. So what we're doing today is taking your mom's ashes and my boyfriend Pete's ashes.
where's Pete?
Pete's in the car right now. I didn't bring
By the way,
him
Pete
out.
and my mom did not know each other, but
They
I'm
did
sure
not.
they would have gotten along just fine.
And actually what I have done is I saved another tube of his ashes to take up to Sandia Crest when the weather is nicer, because it's December right now and it's kind of cold and windy, but it's sunny, so it's a nice day.
I mean, some people might feel that it's a little disrespectful to be separating ashes. You put some here and some there, and so for example, we're going to put some of my mom's ashes up on the mountain today, but in another month after the first of the year, we're going to put the rest of her ashes in the ossuary, which actually comes from the word French, which is bone, French, bone, os, the ossuary here in Albuquerque, and we're going to take along my son Aaron, who's 25, who wants to be part of that as well.
You know, and that's part of the popularity of cremated remains, is that it gives you that flexibility to split people up and share the love. Although some people may consider it a burden. And it's estimated that 20%, 1 in 5 households, has cremated remains sitting around the house of humans, let alone pets. But that is not a forever answer to what to do with these cremated remains, because it's incomplete. They're not in a final resting place. Now, if you had a body sitting around your house, it's pretty obvious. But cremated remains, they don't, this doesn't tell me this is the remains of a person. But they are. And in fact, the folks at Sunset Memorial Park, when they do their Scatter Day event, a lot of people get very emotional when they put the cremated remains into a final resting place, because in a sense, it is incomplete when you still have cremated remains at your house, in your backyard, wherever you put them, but it's not permanent. So this helps closure is a word that a lot of people look for, but with somebody who you've known and loved, who you've grown up with, the relationship continues. It never truly ends. It just changes form. So this
And
helps us.
the reason we're doing this today is December 15th, 2019, and my mother died in 2014, just over 5 years ago now. I've struggled, like a lot of people, with trying to figure out what to do with her ashes, and I had them in the house for 2 years in a jar, and then I created a garden out in back of my house. And now I'm moving away from this house to another part of the country, and it felt weird to leave my mother here in my backyard. So I think it was helpful when you said, so what are you going to do with your mother's ashes? And I thought, I can't leave her here. So today is the reason we're going to go up to the mountain and spread her, to give her a final resting place and to bring that closure that you're talking about. And then later again, celebrating her life at the ossuary with my son Aaron. So let's head up to the mountain.
Let's do it.